Hey everybody, so it's Wednesday, which means it's time for the midweek review. Now, we are going to be going over the same 3 bullet points as always, with the same rule as always. That being said, there's a lot to go over, and I made a mistake that I need to correct. Well, not really need to correct, need to let you guys in on, because I noticed it when I was looking at this kit earlier. So, yeah. So starting with the Providence Gundam, as you can see, he is looking absolutely amazing. Um, I still need to do the legs and panel lining, but I don't think I'm gonna have to do too much in terms of color correction. Um, that being said, uh, I did notice a mistake with him. It turns out these sensors up here, both on the front and back, are supposed to be golden in color. As of right now, I do not know if I'm going to go back in and remove the green and correct them to the proper color. It's under debate at the moment, just because I do kind of like them in the green. I feel like it looks good, but I gotta think about it some more. And in case anyone was wondering why I said I only had a little bit left to go when you don't see the backpack and stuff, it's all up there. It just wouldn't fit in the space. So, yeah, it's got to be sitting somewhere else until I can get ready to panel line and attach it. Next up is this little guy. I spent a better part of a day color matching this orange. Now, as you can see here, this all looks like it's the same color, but the inside of that thing there has already been painted. So obviously I got a good match on it. I'm going to have to go through and prime some stuff. I'm already aware of that. I plan to work on that soon because he needs priming in here. I think there's some that's going to have to be done here, along with on the other shoulder gun thing. That's going to all have to be primed up and get ready to go for a much lighter color. So, yeah, fun. Now, with those two projects, I'm hoping to have the build at least done for the Providence by the end of the week and have made a decision on that sensor thing. In terms of the Verdi Buster, I am hoping to start hand priming this weekend. We'll have to see how all that goes. That being said, let's jump into the next part of this. So talking about other projects. Now, there's not a lot to talk about on the digital landscape there. I realized I didn't need to use a micro USB for storage anymore, so I transferred everything to the main computer, which I am still working on organizing again. It's a little bit of a mess. But the bright side is I'll have a cloud backup, so if anything ever happens to my computer, I still have all my files. Now let's talk about the 3D printing side of things, because a lot's been going on there. If you've seen a video earlier this week that I made, you know that my son produced a Batman Beyond Batarang for me. It's ready to go for painting. I'm going to go through and white prime these edges, and then I'm going to red prime them, or red paint them, and that should give it the look of the Terry McGinnis Batarangs. I absolutely love Terry McGinnis as Batman, probably more than I do Bruce. Ooh, that felt wrong to say. But I just think Terry was written very well for a character that nobody even had heard of at the time, and I think it made him very, very relatable. That being said, I have been working on some 3D prints of my own. I made this. Now this one's all ready to go, other than some wood putty that I need to fill in a place, but it's all ready to go and set up and looks great. I still have to work on the second one because I made one for my kiddo as well because he wanted one, and I already had the file set up and in the printer, so I figured it'd take no time at all just to 3D print a second one. And in case you're wondering what these things are, you simply take a soda can and it holds it perfectly for you. I know it's the stupidest thing in the world, but for some reason it makes me feel a little bit classy. And that's really what it's about. It's just having fun. I do plan to, once I get his cleaned up and everything, hit it with a coat of just plain blue, without doing any like major cleanup after it's, like no priming or anything, because I want to see how it turns out, and I think he'll like that. Either that, or I'm going to hit it up with, and only because I have a whole can of it and have barely used it, this stuff. It's a color shifting thing, and it works best when you put it over black. So I think this qualifies. Not an expert, but I'm pretty sure it qualifies. Who the hell are we kidding? You guys have seen what I usually wear every week. I'm definitely an expert in black. This is just kind of a new thing. So yeah. Anyways, let's move on to our final section. So here we are, guys. Community time. There's a lot to talk about here, and all of it has to do with perspective. This week, I was talking to some people, and I found out there's a lot going on behind the scenes within the community that I've never been aware of. And it's caused a lot of tension in certain circles, which some of them I'm a part of, some of them I'm not. Most of the time when it comes to tension, I don't give a shit. I'm just being honest with you guys. I don't gravitate towards drama. I try to pull away from it. I know I've had my instances in the past where I've been the drama and have caused problems for other people, and I've apologized for those. I've talked to those people, and yeah, I wasn't a good person at that moment, and I admit it. But that being said, finding out this stuff kind of changed my perspective on a few things and made me realize that I need to take a step back and look at myself and think about what I want from this section of my videos. And I realized that, waiting for crap to happen and then chiming in on it after the fact or whatever and using my rule, yeah, that kind of worked, but it wasn't me. Like, I want to say stuff on occasion, and I will when I need to, but I'm not that guy. I don't want to be involved if I can help it in most cases. Sometimes I just feel like I have to chime in, especially if I have a strong enough opinion. That being said, I'm going to be changing this section of the video to cover more along the lines of what I'm seeing on my own page in terms of like what I'm doing and comments I've been getting directly. And I'm going to also start including the Discord more, and the other social media platform channels that I use, because I do post to other social media platforms. I'm trying to get better about it. I still have some issues with doing it because there are days where I'm looking at a platform and I'm like, I don't want to deal with you. The Book of Faces is a great example. I just do not like that platform like I used to. And to be honest, I never really liked it then either, but I had a good friend on there who I talked to all the time, and I forgot that I had him on Discord. That being said, I'm gonna start focusing more on the things that I enjoy in this section, in terms of talking about our community, because I have seen some amazing stuff. For example, and I wish I had taken a screenshot of it now that I think about it, and I'll have to start doing that in the future. One of the creators here, and I can never get his name right, so I do apologize if I mess up your name, man, but I will try to tag you in the video. Shogun Sticks made a funny video involving a Gundam, an M-Mobile Suit Gundam, and it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it was just kind of like this guy's video, and he stitched it, and he's like, I kind of want one for my collection. I do too, actually. That was kind of a cool idea. I think it's very neat the way it was built. It looked very clean, and I'm a little bit jealous. I'm not gonna lie. It was beautiful. Like it was an amazing build in terms of like what he did. I know it was all a joke, but I absolutely loved it. That being said, on the Discord side of things, because I've talked about the TikTok side and what I saw and giving you guys an example, on the Discord side of things have been funny over there. We are having a pretty good time in the Gunpla Mafia page. There are all the family forums are set up and everything like that, so it's been a pretty good time overall. We got a small group, but it's a good group, and I'm really happy to be able to call them my friends. We did just have a recent person join. I think, if I remember correctly, he's the owner of Hawk Collectibles, a Canadian-based company, and he just recently joined us, and so we created a shops page, so that way people who are selling stuff could post stuff there. I don't know why I didn't think of doing that sooner. I mean, I got Dobbs in there, and he has a merch site, so I should have thought about that sooner. That's on me, but he's in there now, and he's got his link to his page open, and to be honest, he had some pretty interesting stuff on there, so I actually did place an order. It was fun. It's good to have him there, I should say. And it's nice to see the group grow a little bit, and it's an organic growth, so that's what I prefer. But that being said, I would love to have other people join. But right now we are just a small group, and it's working out well for us. That being said, um, I will be honest that I do have concerns about as we get bigger, because I've watched a lot of other Discord groups get so big and get some weird people running the show that have caused issues and caused people to leave. In fact, I've left a few servers in the past year because of that. And I just, because I no longer felt safe or comfortable in those servers because the people running the show were. Is it okay to call someone a dick if you don't know who they are? Anyways, I don't remember their names to be completely fair. But I do know that they became a continuous issue for me, and I just decided it was time to leave. I didn't feel like I could be myself there or that I could talk comfortably there, and that's really with an online service or an online service like that. If you can't be comfortable and be yourself there, that's the same as not being yourself and being comfortable where you are in the real world. It's time to go. It's time to go. And so I went. I realized that meant it was time for me to leave. And the best thing I could do, rather than bitch about it, is take myself out of the picture. Look, I take a lot of inspiration from Tron Legacy, and Flynn really hit me right here when he said, sometimes you gotta take yourself out of the equation. So I do that now. It's very much a I'm a dad statement. That being said, before I say something stupider on here, let's be honest, it's me. I'll say something stupider. Is stupider a word? I'm gonna have to look on Google later. Anyways, before I do anything more insane than what I've already done, I need to get off here and do some stuff, and I still have to edit this video and clean up my desk, apparently, along with the entire room behind me. So, wish me luck.